everybody, Jazzy here. I'm going to do my first video as an introduction to myself. So, my name is Jazzy. My real name is Jasmine, but I go by Jazzy. I am 26, almost 27, and I have been living in Florida for roughly 4 years, and before that I lived in Pennsylvania. The biggest thing that you'll probably need to know about me for this channel is that I am disabled and I am in a wheelchair. I was diagnosed with T11L3 and C6-C7 transverse myelitis about 9 years ago, going on 10. So I've been in a wheelchair for about 10 years, roughly. Transverse myelitis, if you don't know what that is just an infection in your spinal cord. And what happens is it causes inflammation, and that inflammation can damage the spinal cord. So the type of transverse myelitis that I had caused the area in my neck, about right here, and about just above my belly button, to have some spinal cord damage. I'm an incomplete, which means I am paralyzed, but I do have movement in certain parts of my body. So had the paralysis continued to attack my neck and I didn't get it caught in time, I would have less movement in my arms and hands than I do, but I actually have almost full function. I believe the last time that I was scaled, they said that I have about 85 to 90% function in my upper body, which is great because I enjoy working out, I enjoy playing sports, I enjoy cooking and drawing and writing, which if you have a disability that limits the use of your hands, typing is very hard. I actually still have a little bit of trouble with typing because most of my paralysis is in these last 3 fingers on both sides of my hands, or on both sides, and I can't feel the outside part of my arm on both sides. So like underneath here I can't feel, and then on the outside of my forearm. I actually have 0 use of my legs. I have a little bit of hip function, so like if you see me doing my workouts and my legs are kind of like going to the sides, it's because I do actually have a little bit of hip function, but I have a function that is not considered functional, if that makes any sense. So I can move my legs, but to actually use them in a functional setting, to like walk or have any motion that would be beneficial, I don't have that. So I am considered a paraplegic, and I use a wheelchair to ambulate, as you can see, and I happen to think I am pretty good at it. And you can thank the crazy sport, hold on, let me adjust my camera here. You can thank the crazy sport of WCMX for that, because I was able to find that sport as I was in the hospital, and when I got out of there, I began doing it, and I gained so many cool skills in a wheelchair. Like, I recommend it to every new wheelchair user if you have the function, because A, it's a lot of fun, and B, you learn so many skills in a wheelchair that are super beneficial, like jumping off of curbs, dealing with uneven terrain, going up ramps that are probably much too steep, and holding your balance in a wheelie. It's just stuff like that. So it's very beneficial. I also have epilepsy, and I have gastroparesis, and I have malabsorption. So the gastroparesis means paralyzed stomach, and the malabsorption is due to the gastroparesis. The gastroparesis is due to the transverse myelitis, and it was a delayed onset condition, so I didn't actually have gastroparesis until 3 years ago. Up until that point, when I was diagnosed, I had trouble with certain foods after my paralysis, and I think all people with any type of paraplegia or quadriplegia can agree with that. We don't have the same tolerance to food and drink that we did before, so it wasn't unusual. But about 3 years ago, I had some pretty severe symptoms. I was nauseous and vomiting pretty consistently. I was 220 pounds roughly 3 years ago, and now I weigh 95. So it's been pretty rough. It took a big toll on my body. I have a feeding tube that goes into my small intestine, in which I can get certain nutrition through during really bad flares of the gastroparesis. I also have this central line because due to my malabsorption, I have a permanent issue with absorbing potassium, which is really bad because potassium is what makes your muscles go, and your heart's a muscle. So if I didn't have this central line that I can put potassium through, I would most likely not be here with you today, because once your potassium reaches a critical number, you'll have a heart attack, and most people don't survive that. So that is why I have the central line, and it will be in there until it's time for a new one, really. I don't have a port, and I know somebody's going to suggest a port. I have issues with infection. I'm pretty immunocompromised. I don't know, you can hear I'm a little stuffy today, and that was just from going to a hockey tournament. But I can't get a port because of the infection issue, and I've had sepsis 19 times, and that is no lie. Anybody who knows me and then comes and watches these videos can attest to the fact that I have had sepsis 19 times. I don't know how. I'm blessed to have survived every encounter with it. Honestly, I've had a lot of lasting effects from it, but I have been able to push through and each time come out alive, which is the important part. So those are probably the top 4 conditions that I'm currently struggling with, and that you'll probably see as I move forward with this channel. So if you ever see me hooked up to something, that's probably why, and I'm probably just dealing with gastroparesis issues, or I'm infusing my potassium. You know, nothing serious. Let's see, what else can I say? So I play sled hockey. I've been playing sled hockey for the Tampa Bay Lightning for roughly 3 years. Before that, I played for a different Florida team, and before that, I played for the Johnstown Sitting Bulls, and I would occasionally play for Pittsburgh whenever we had tournaments where we joined up together. I also really enjoy working out. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll know that. That's a given. I love looking strong, feeling strong, and just the rush that I get from working out is unmatched by anything. I don't even think there's a drug out there that could do this, give me the same rush. Part of the reason that I work out is because I am sick. So it would seem counterintuitive for me to want to work out when I'm sick, but the honest truth is, a doctor once told me, after I had been in the hospital for 3 months, she had said that if I hadn't worked out so much prior to that hospitalization and prior to that round of sepsis, yada yada, I wouldn't have made it. My body would have been too weak. Had I not come in already built up, I wouldn't have made it through that hospitalization. And that really meant a lot to me, because that told me that I can, save myself. I can treat my conditions in a more natural way. So there's that. I also am going to be starting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tomorrow, so that's exciting. I've done martial arts in the past. I was a member of a Tang Soo Do dojang for roughly 12 to 15 years, and I have my second degree black belt in that. What else? I'm sorry. This is my first video, and I don't have a lot of stage presence, and I wasn't really prepared, and I said, screw it, I'm just going to do it anyways. So, oh yes, I have a friend that you're going to be seeing a lot on this channel. Let me just find him. Morty Moo! Here! He's coming. Come on, old man. Everybody wants to say hello. Watch the tripod. Alright. So that's my friend. This is my service dog, and his name is Mort. I got him from Canine Companions for Independence on November 12th of last year. I know he's going to make a lot of noise. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm basically a 26-year-old female who uses a wheelchair and plays lots of sports, and likes lifting heavy things. I really hope you'll stick around. I have so much I want to share with you. Anything from all these weird kitchen creations that I have to talking about sports and sharing my experiences as somebody with a disability trying to move forward in able-bodied sports. I seriously cannot wait. There is so much going on in the future, in the next coming 2 weeks, that it's blown my mind. And on Saturday, I'm starting something incredibly special, and I absolutely can't wait to share that, because I'm going to be able to travel the world and play sports. And this is amazing. And literally, I don't even know what to say. I never would have expected this to happen. Which is crazy. Because my life right now is so strange. In one aspect, I'm drowning. I smile, because if I didn't smile, I would cry. I'm drowning. I don't have health insurance, and I'm chronically ill. I can't work because I'm immunocompromised, and I can't stay out of the hospital for more than a month at a time. No employer is going to work with me. I mean, I know that. I can't drive because I have epilepsy. So I am currently working on building an online presence. I have this wonderful person who is sending me the 2020 textbook for the National Academy of Sports Medicine CPT exam, which is the Certified Personal Trainer. I am going to study incredibly hard for that, do all of the testing materials, and then hopefully raise money for the personal training exam and get my CPT. After I get my CPT, my goal is to, on a website, begin online personal training, nutrition manuals, vegan recipes. That's another thing. I'm vegan. I have been vegan for about a year and a half, with some occasional slip-ups. I don't really want to call them slip-ups. It's like I can't digest meat, so I wasn't vegan by choice. And when I found out my stomach was feeling better, I would try to eat meat again, and it didn't work out. And I actually come to love veganism. So I am a vegan. I wasn't a vegan by choice, but I am now. I love it. So there will be vegan recipes. I will be teaching people how to be successful and strong athletes on a plant-based diet, proving that you don't need animal proteins or animal byproducts to be strong and competitive. So that will be on my website as well. The goal of being a CPT will just be to provide more credibility and, to say, hey, I do know what I'm talking about. I'm not just researching and reposting. So that will be my ultimate end goal. And then after that cool thing that's happening on Saturday, I will put up another video. I seriously can't wait. It was a by chance thing, and I honestly, I can't wait to share. So I'm sorry for the really long video. You're going to learn that my videos are very long usually. I don't know how to shut up sometimes. So I hope you enjoyed, and please excuse my camera work or any of the sound. I'm still trying to figure out where I want to shoot, how I want to shoot, and what my setup's going to look like. So thank you for watching. Please click like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because without that, without an audience, what's the point? I really want to share, so I need you guys to hang around. And if you're interested in any of my social links, like my Facebook or my Instagram, they will be in the description down below. I'm also going to be setting up a Patreon, and if you're interested in becoming a patron and donating, that link will be down there as well. It's not mandatory, it is totally optional, but any donation is super helpful in the development of my channel, and it allows me to bring more content to you. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Stay strong.